Where am I? Where? What the heck? Which clone are you? Let me guess, season 2? No, I'm the original. God. Ugh. Good. Now I get to record the Prisoner of Azkaban review. Wait a minute, what's this? What the heck? What in the world? Someone already recorded the Prisoner of Azkaban review. Well, I guess I can edit it together and see what happened. Well, well, I guess now I gotta do the Goblet of Fire review. Now that they think I'm dead, I guess I can do it and edit the thing. First, I gotta figure out a way to block the door. Hello everyone, I am the Lexus623. Here was another video from me. So today I just recently found out that apparently Season 1 Lex recorded a video and is now dead. So I guess now I have to do the videos. Alrighty, well, let's get right into the review. Welcome back to Harry Potter month. So, the video we are doing today is, Goblet of Fire. The 4th Harry Potter film. And I have a few complaints about this. Because I feel that there are some things in this that are overlooked by a lot of people. So, before I get into all of that stuff, let's get to the plot. Alrighty, so here is the plot synopsis. When Harry Potter's name emerges from the Goblet of Fire, he becomes a competitor in a grueling battle for glory among 3 wizarding schools, the Triwizard Tournament. But since Harry never submitted his name for the tournament, who did? Now Harry must confront a deadly dragon, fierce water demons, and an enchanted maze, only to find himself in the cruel grasp of he who must not be named. In this 4th film adaptation of J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series, everything changes as Harry, Ron, and Hermione leave childhood forever and take on challenges greater than anything they could have imagined. So, this movie, is the 4th Harry Potter film, and this is basically where it goes full-fledged into dark territory. I mean, it still has comedic parts in it, but it's a pretty dark film, I guess. So Yeah, the plot is very simple. Harry, somehow gets picked for the Triwizard Tournament, even though there are already 3 contestants. So basically, everyone hates him. And now comes one of my complaints with this film. This is something that I feel a lot of people overlook, but everyone is just such a jerk to Harry for very little of a reason. I mean, yeah, they think he put his name in the Goblet of Fire, but still, he's saved Hogwarts multiple times. That's not a reason for everyone in the entire school to hate him. Even his friends. So, yeah. Let's get into this movie. Alrighty, so now we are on the characters. So Harry Potter is pretty much the same as he always is, but Ron Weasley is not. In this film, Ron acts quite out of character. I mean, he's supposed to be Ron's best friend and there for him no matter what. But when the names are taken out of the Goblet of Fire, he just immediately assumes that Harry put his name in. And just immediately becomes a jerk. And that's not supposed to be Ron's character. He's supposed to be Harry's kind-hearted best friend that will stick with him no matter what. And I don't know if it was the same in the book, but still, I just don't like that fact. So, also with students, let's talk about, the other characters. The other student characters. So, there are actually quite a few new students introduced in this film. So let's go through them. So, first off, there is Cedric Diggory, who is played by Robert Pattinson. My favorite actor. I haven't really seen this guy in much, but he's in Twilight, so I don't like him. Just kidding. He's perfectly fine, it's just that's what I recognize him from. And I am not a big fan of Twilight. So, yeah, he plays Cedric Diggory, who basically his character is... he's just a student that ends up dying later in the movie. Next, let's talk about Fleur de la Cour, or whatever her name is. She is one of the champions competing in the Triwizard Tournament, along with Victor Crumb, Harry Potter, and Cedric Diggory. She is not very important to the film, but like in the second challenge, she doesn't finish it. So then Harry Potter's like, you know what? I'm just gonna help this person out, and saves the person that she was supposed to rescue, along with the person Harry was supposed to rescue. So next, let's move on to the last student, Cho Chang. Cho Chang isn't really that important to this film, honestly. She's basically Harry's out-of-nowhere love interest for this film, which is just... she is a bit of a better character in Order of the Phoenix, but in this one, she's just kind of bland. Her thing is, well, she already got asked to the Yule Ball by someone, so she can't go with Harry. So Harry's like, oh, darn. So Neville Longbottom is a character that we've talked about in just about every film, and I'm going to talk about him again here because he is the best Harry Potter character. Neville Longbottom is like one of the only people who already like knew, I guess, how to dance before the Yule Ball. And like in his room we just see him practicing swinging around like that, and it's just it's just a really great moment which kind of moves this movie up for me. But next, I guess that's all I have to say. So now let's get into the teachers. So there are a few teachers introduced in this, and I'm not going to talk about the teachers from the other schools competing in the Triwizard Tournament. So first, let's talk about Alistair Mad-Eye Moody. I'm gonna talk about Alistair Moody, not when he's revealed to be Barty Crouch. You know what? I'm just gonna talk about them at the same time. So Mad-Eye Moody in this film is the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, and he teaches the class about the 3 unforgivable curses, which are, of course, Crucio, the Imperious Curse, and the Killing Curse. Now, another little note that I have to talk about with Neville is he gets a little bit of torture in this film as well, and it's even worse. He has to watch a bug suffer under the Imperious Curse. And we find out later why it bothered him so much. Or, not the Imperious Curse, the Cruciato Curse. Find out why it bothered him so much. It's because his parents went under the curse when Bellatrix Lestrange tried to get information out of them. I just forgot about that when I was talking about students, and I just wanted to point that out again. So yeah, Alistair Mad-Eye Moody is the new teacher introduced. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for teachers, I guess. Oh yeah, I did forget one thing. Michael Gambon is Albus Dumbledore in this again, but there's one particular part that I think is very out of character for him. When he runs at Harry and yells, "Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?" That is something that Professor Albus Dumbledore from the other films would never do. It is such an out of character moment that it just kind of partially ruins the movie for me, because it's just nothing like what Dumbledore would do. Because Dumbledore will usually trust Harry, and in this he's just suspicious of Harry, which is something that he often never does. He usually trusts Harry with just about everything. So, yeah, now let's get into the other characters. Alrighty, so other characters. So, once again, I don't have as much for this, but first, I'm going to talk about Ralph Fiennes as Lord Voldemort. Sorry if I pronounced Ralph Fiennes' name. It's probably pronounced differently than I'm saying it, but he plays Voldemort throughout the rest of the series, and, well, he makes a pretty threatening antagonist. I mean, that guy is just scary. He's very threatening, and basically in this he's like, this is where he comes back from the dead, is in this film. And it's just, he is the one that kills Cedric Diggory by using the killing curse, which is a thing that he uses a lot in the rest of the series. So next I'm going to talk about Sirius Black for a bit. Sirius Black in this is not in it as much. Basically, I think all he does is he's like, asks Harry if he put his name in the Goblet of Fire, which is something Dumbledore, the Dumbledore I know, would have done, would be to calmly ask him, as opposed to shouting. But yeah, he's like, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? And he's like, just talking to Harry about stuff. That's basically all he does. Next is Rita Skeeter. I hate Rita Skeeter. She is annoying. And also, she basically represents everything wrong with the news. Basically, she is the perfect, I guess, allegory for the news media. Basically, she only wants to tell interesting stories. She gets tons of facts wrong. And she's just all around a horrible reporter, which is something that most media does, specifically CNN and Fox News, which are both biased on opposite sides. So yeah, that's what I want to say about Rita Skeeter. Next, I want to talk about Cornelius Fudge. Cornelius Fudge is the Minister of Magic. He doesn't really do much in this film, but I just wanted to talk about him. He becomes a little bit more relevant in Order of the Phoenix. So next is Barty Crouch. I won't talk about him for very long. He is Barty Crouch Jr.'s father, and he dies also. He's like the second person. No, he's the first person to die in the Harry Potter series. So next is Barty Crouch Jr., played by David Tennant. The best version of Doctor Who. Suck on that, Matt Smith. I prefer David Tennant. David Tennant in this film as Barty Crouch Jr., he basically drinks Polyjuice Potion and kidnaps the real Alastor Moody so that he can become Alastor Moody and basically get Harry to be in the right place at the right time. He's the one that put Harry's name in the Goblet of Fire, and he made it so that it would be impossible for Harry to win. But he was kind of incompetent at his job because he taught Harry a lot of stuff that would let him know what Voldemort was gonna do. He was a good defense against the dark arts teacher, which is kind of counterproductive considering his plan. So that's it for other characters, so let's move right on into overall thoughts. So as I said earlier, this film kind of has a darker tone, and hopefully, as my clone said in the Prisoner of Azkaban review, that one was one of the last films to have a sort of goofy little opening scene. This one's opening scene? Mass genocide. Mass homicide. Just mass homicide. At a Quidditch World Cup. Basically, they go to a Quidditch World Cup and it's like, oh yay, this is gonna be a happy thing. And then we just hear people screaming and it's like, what the heck is going on? And basically, fire everywhere, people dying, and Death Eaters killing a lot of people. This is the first time that we see the Dark Mark, is when Barty Crouch Jr. basically casts a spell and puts it up in the sky, so that everyone knows that Voldemort's followers are back. So yeah, this one has a bit of a darker tone, and I used to think this was the worst Harry Potter movie, but my attitude about it has kind of changed, because there is a lot of good stuff in it. Yeah, let's just end the review, I guess. Those are my final thought, or my closing thoughts on this film. This is going to be my last video for September. So we will move right on to October with Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. And hopefully, I will be able to review Fantastic Beasts. Alrighty. This is Alexo623, signing off.